Hey everybody and welcome to Talkin Geek. I am your host Aaron. I am here with my fabulous co-host Robert.
That's me.
And we got Frank behind the camera this week, so he is back. So we are here, guys, and we're here on season 4, episode 5, to bring you as much geekiness as we can out from the geek verse out there, guys. So today's show, we have our Would You Rather, our Take My Money, some news, and cereal is a soup, and it still is.
Nope.
So, guys,
still disagree.
You could disagree, and we'll talk about it in a bit, guys. So let's start straight into it, though, Robert. Would you rather?
Okay.
So we have our book that we've done this before with, and then we have our more geeky kind of ones. And again, if you want to comment below, would you rather comments to us? Do that in the comment section below, either on
Maybe
Facebook,
it'll make it on
YouTube.
the next segment.
Exactly. Wherever you want to look. So you're going to pick one from there?
Yeah.
From what Sam and Frank have deemed as my dime bag, apparently.
Oh, I think I pulled. Is this 2 or is this 1? Oh, this is
this one. Okay.
Okay, this one's for you.
Okay.
This one's for you, pal.
All right. What do we got?
Would you rather be?
What?
Would you rather be a superhero or a supervillain?
See, I get torn. I will say this. I get torn.
By the way,
what?
The Punisher is not a superhero.
Dang it.
He has no superpowers. He is not a superhero.
Then Daredevil is out too.
Radar sense?
He technically has no superpower. That's what he's listed as. And technically, he's an anti-hero too. Still.
All right. Yeah. So
I want to say hero. Like, don't get me wrong. I want to say hero.
Yeah.
But I've been reading.
But we both know who you actually are.
I read Dr. Doom.
You're gonna be a superhero. You're gonna be Lex Luthor leading the free world, going, "Don't worry, guys, I'm actually a good guy."
I mean, more Dr. Doom than Lex Luthor because I love Dr. Doom.
Well, also Lex Luthor would not qualify.
He's a supervillain.
He doesn't have any superpowers.
Oh, okay, that's true.
Doom knew he was a bad guy. Luthor still thinks he's saving him.
Well, but Dr. Doom also thinks that he's helping Latveria out, and he also believes his people love him. And up until now, his people do love him. But I mean, huh? Well, because look, if I say,
you think we like you?
Oh, thanks, Frank.
Good, Frank.
I mean, because don't get me wrong, I love the superheroes, and I will always say I love superheroes, and I would love to be like Tony or Spider-Man. But outside of actually having to be one, I think the supervillains have more fun, and I think it would be fun to be more of a villain. That's why I like playing. I'd love to play villains in movies.
Literally, this is the choice that Uncle Ben presents Peter with. You can either be responsible or not. It's more fun.
It's more fun not
to be responsible.
I mean, we also know if I got Spider-Man's powers, I'm gonna go good because I have to follow Uncle Ben. I have to follow Uncle Ben because I'd be like, dang it, Uncle Ben.
You'd be like, with great power comes a medium amount of responsibility.
No.
Like I could save the world on like weekdays, and then weekends, I have a little more fun.
See, because my problem, here's what I worry about if I got superpowers.
Okay.
I want to start off I would say this. I'd probably start off like Spider-Man, like try to be perfect, responsible. But I think in the end, I'd end up like Tony and be like, no, I know better than all of you. And I'm going to, put the armor around the world and save everybody, protect everybody for your own good.
And then you'd create Ultron. We'd all die.
Exactly. Like,
so let me stop you right there. You said I would try to be.
Well, because I would start. I would be Spider-Man, but I know in the end I'd end up like Tony Stark.
Okay, we're gonna hit a Star Wars note here. Do or do not. Do not. There is no try.
Do or do not. There is no try.
All right.
But again,
don't do it. And by the way, do not do a Yoda impression. I
tried.
You did try.
I tried.
That's what I'm saying. Do or do not. There is no try. So just do not do that.
Oh, thanks. So what would you pick?
I mean, I'm gonna go superhero. It's like
see, and you need a supervillain, so there you go. I have to go villain now.
Wow, you want to be my supervillain, huh? Okay.
But see, then that's like Joker, Batman. Like you can't live without the other one.
Yeah, I'm gonna be one of those superheroes that kills. So
you just said.
I mean, I'm only gonna kill supervillains, but.
But if you just kill one villain, or you've only murdered one murderer, there's still that many murderers out there.
No, I mean, I'm assuming there will be several supervillains that need to be put down. Don't worry about it.
Bam, dead. All right, next, moving on.
That's right, exactly. Yeah, that's the old saying that if you kill a murderer, the number of murderers in the world remains the same. It's like, yeah, but if you kill 100 murderers, then there's 99 less.
That's Punisher's way of looking at it. I
That's
mean,
good stuff.
I love Punisher in that sense.
stuff.
What would you pick, Frank? Villain. See, now you got two super villains.
Perfect.
There you go.
The math's already coming out ahead.
But now you got two super villains trying to kill you, though. I mean,
Yeah, but you guys are also focused on just having fun. Well,
I mean, I just want to go start Latveria, and then I'd be happy. I'd be done after that.
Cool.
I'd be in my. But then I gotta name everything
You just
after.
want to rob banks. You don't actually have to be a supervillain to do that, you know.
Yeah, but it helps. He'll get away more often.
It's like you could just, be John Dillinger and shoot your name into the wall.
He'll get out more if he's a supervillain.
We'll see.
Because then you're gonna
Now
get.
he just got on my radar, though.
He's got on your radar.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would say, like I said, I want to be the hero, but I'd be too worried I'd be like Tony Stark in the end.
All right.
An alcoholic, though. I mean, that's always fun. Right?
Don't do drugs, kids.
Don't. That was sarcasm. Sarcasm to its fullest. I'm just going to point that out.
All right. Hit me with it.
So, would you rather... Oh, okay. This one's an interesting one. Keep all the Pixar movies or keep all the DreamWorks movies?
Pixar.
Pixar? You
Not,
like
even,
DreamWorks?
not even close.
Dang.
I like Pixar, or
Yeah.
I like DreamWorks. I like the How to Train Your Dragon series. I think the Shrek movies are good. But I would say I have 3 or 4 Pixar movies that are among my favorite movies of all time. And I don't have any DreamWorks movies that fit that. So
Yeah.
like I've seen Inside Out like 5 or 6 times. I've seen the Toy Story movies dozens of times. Like, I'm keeping those
See,
around.
and I have to go Pixar because, well, like I said, Brave. And for me, it's more of a bonding experience with my kiddo because my
Sure.
kiddo was young at that time.
Yep.
And she watched it like a billion times to the point of where she almost started talking with that accent. That's
Nice.
how much she started watching that movie. So she would pronounce bear. What's up?
Land Before Time. Ooh, I don't know.
Disney.
I don't know if that's Disney.
No, Disney was dinosaur.
It's definitely not. Well, but Land Before Time was before Dinosaur even came out, so I don't know. That to me, I don't think that's DreamWorks or Pixar. I think that's before
I'm looking right now.
before then. They did
Yeah,
Indiana
directed
Jones.
and produced by Don Bluth and executive produced by George Lucas and Steven Spielberg.
There you go.
So yeah, Universal Pictures. There you go.
Universal. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I like Land Before Time. I don't.
That was like
Then they,
my kids' bonding.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then they made like 17 of them, and I was like, just the first one.
I can stand the second one, and then I get bored with it after
Yeah.
that. But yeah, so that's why I like Brave too much because of that. The experience, me and her would just watch it.
Sure.
Or, pretty much every time I was home, we just started playing it. So, but yeah, so I think all of us picked Pixar on that one.
Yep.
So that was cool. Do you want to pick one, Frank, or which one, do you want the book? A little.
No, I'm good.
You good? All right. Frank doesn't want to join us on this.
That's
No,
all
I'm
right.
saying, I'm good. You can pick something.
Which one do you want?
pick-
The baggie?
The baggie?
All right,
The
all
dime
right.
bag.
All right. Dime bag.
Damn baggie.
Quarter bag.
Quarter bag. 50 cent.
Quarterback?
Watch it be another Boardman one. Like, whatever.
No, there's not morbid ones in this one.
Only I would choose those for you.
And the sad thing is, this is more of like my question than anyone else. Would you rather be John 117 or Spartan 117 or Cortana?
Who's who?
So that's why I was like, he's not gonna get it. It's a video game reference from Halo, Master Chief,
Or who was the other one?
or his AI, his sidekick essentially.
Master Chief.
You Master Chief.
One of them is a living person, and the other one is an artificial intelligence. Is that?
Artificial intelligence made from living tissue. So she's part of a.
So it's the Vision.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Well, if you really think about it, like, there's gonna be we're gonna sidebar so bad right now. Master Chief is technically Captain America because he is part of a super soldier serum program.
Okay. Yep.
So
So we got Captain America and the
Captain
Vision
America
is
and
what
Vision,
you're telling me.
yeah.
Okay, I want to be Captain America then.
you want to be Captain America?
Yeah.
See, I want to be Cap, but I think it would be cool to be Vision because you could just mess with so many different things out there.
Again, supervillain mentality right there.
Well,
I want to
but
mess
here's
with
the-
things.
Well, how else do you take down a whole Covenant or Armada?
Don't touch it.
You got to infiltrate their AI and destroy their AI and destroy their whole
Together. That's what Captain America would say.
Armada. Together. But what if we fail?
Together.
Then we'll do that together. Then we'll do that together too.
See, but no, like,
Just take it off and throw it at him.
Just throw your shield, okay? All I know is when Captain America throws his mighty shield.
God. We have to watch the original
When
ones.
Captain
man.
America throws his mighty shield. All those who
original-
choose to oppose his shield must yield.
Oh my God. It's just giant
If he's
frisbee.
led
That
to a fight-
disobeys the laws of physics, by the way.
Oh, it absolutely does.
So,
Which Spider-Man also calls out.
yeah, I love that he does.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would choose the AI just because, again, the high intelligence like that, and to be in any computer at any time, I mean, that's how she's the one that flies the ships essentially in the end.
Cool.
But plus, she also doesn't live long. She only lives like not even 10 years, and then she's dead. So
I'm starting to agree with you on this. You should be that one.
Oh, well, don't worry. She also suffered from rapidity and figured out how to like take over everything, and is now the main antagonist in the new Halo series.
Oh, cool.
So you get
once again super villain, which is exactly what I said.
She's saving the other AIs from dying.
Right.
So
exactly.
every
Every villain is the hero of their own story. Yep.
Doctor Doom is still the hero. He punched me still. So, who would you guys choose to all of our questions below, though? I want to ask you all that, of course. Again, Pixar DreamWorks, John or Cortana if you're a Halo fan, Master Chief or Cortana.
And are you going to be honest enough to tell us that you want to be a supervillain? Or are you going to be like me and actually want to be Captain America?
But you just killed people. That's not the hero code.
Captain America kills a lot of people.
Like who?
This is true.
He kills a lot of Nazis.
You always kill Nazis. Hold on. That's
Okay.
That you bad or good guys.
He kills
Bad
a
guys
lot of
you kill.
aliens.
And those aliens had families. You're also a villain now.
I don't view
To
it that
them,
way.
you're a villain.
Right.
You're always the villain in
But
somebody's
they're
story.
wrong.
Oh. I think that's what a lot of their
They
minor-
invaded the Earth. How is that Captain America's fault that he killed
maybe
them?
they were coming on vacation. Did you not see the umbrella behind him?
No, I did not.
Well, you should have looked better.
I guess so.
They had like some suntan lotion and everything.
It's just those guns that they were using to shoot civilians.
Have
It
you
was-
been to America lately?
I don't know what side you're advocating for at this point.
The villain side.
Like,
Switch very easily.
I don't know what that means.
Okay,
We're gonna have our cereal as a soup segment is just gonna be insane because you're just gonna change your argument every 3 seconds.
Probably. So our next one, guys, but it makes it more fun, guys. I know
Does
we
it?
try to entertain you, and I hope we are doing that as well, and as well as informing you with some news coming up. So we're gonna move on to take my money.
Take
and
my
this
money.
is like the 100th time I don't have this.
Oh man, how dare you?
Here comes the money.
I wanna get this set up. I'm gonna get this set up right one time, just the once. So we're gonna let's start with Roberts because this is the coolest, I think, because he is right when he said it off camera that I would want it, and they are gonna be right here, the Infinity Gems.
Yeah.
So they also light up. You said right?
Yeah, so that you can get them on Etsy. I think it's about $20 per, or you can get the full set for like I think about $90 or something. So a little bit of a discount if you buy them all together. And yeah, they have like little LED lights so that you can turn them on and light up your Infinity Stones. So you can, if you just want the Soul Stone or the Power Stone, you can do that, or you can buy them all.
I need them all.
Do
Say
they,
what?
Do they, these ones do not come in a gauntlet, but
I'll make my own
gauntlet sold separately.
I'll make my own gauntlet. I gotta find a dwarf now and talk to him.
Okay.
You know where a dwarf is?
Yeah.
Where?
Nevedalier.
God. I thought you were gonna say Middle Earth, but we'll go with that.
No.
Works too.
Yeah.
So I think they're cool looking though. They actually look really, really good. I
Yeah,
remember-
and I was reading all the reviews. I haven't bought them, but I was reading the reviews, and everyone was like, "These look, these are even better than they look in the pictures," and like so, really high reviews.
So check them out, guys. Go through some of our independent artists because it is up on Etsy.
If you're looking to be a supervillain and you want to destroy half of all life,
Look,
And the snap of a finger.
I was just trying to impress my girlfriend, Death, and I told her. I
okay,
would
you're
do
not
it.
comics version Thanos.
So-
Okay, you're movie version Thanos. You have a more complex backstory.
Is it more complex to just want to destroy half the universe just to
Well,
save
but
resources? I
You're
mean,
right.
that's
Yeah, it's really dumb.
convolutive.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
it's my favorite. It's my favorite
hate
thing
it.
where it's like you have 6 kids and 3 chairs. What should you do? And Thanos goes, kill
Kill
half the
3
kids. Iron Man says, build 3 more chairs. What's wrong with you?
I didn't have any wood to build the chairs. I mean, God. I
So
mean,
just gotta kill some kids. Maybe they could just sit on the floor.
that's so true. We alternate every other day.
They could just
one gets a chair,
stand.
the other one doesn't.
Why is this an issue? Yeah.
I know Timothy only has a crutch,
Okay.
so
Poor
So-
Timothy. Is that,
What's
is this
his
a
name?
Christmas
Timothy?
Carol?
Yeah,
Tiny
Christmas
Tim.
Carol. Tiny Tim. Yeah, a little. I need some porridge. Oh no, that's a different movie.
Some porridge.
Please, can I have some more? That's still the
Oh
wrong movie.
man. Yep. Nope. You're way off.
We already talked about how I'm switching subjects every 3 seconds. So,
God bless
Uh,
everyone.
oh gosh, I forgot about that. So our next one is from your wife, Kristen, and I love it because it's one of my favorite comedies, Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
That's a good one.
And it's a doormat that's right here.
Nice.
And it says, "Go away, or I shall taunt you a second time."
Go away, or I shall taunt you a second time.
It's the Frenchman, right? That says that one. Where they're
Yep.
going over there. I like that
good
movie.
stuff.
I really like it, and I love doormats. I always think they're so cute. Like you can find some really cute ones like that. It's not just like black or brown or whatever color you want to put out there. It's like, no, let's have a little quote.
Yeah.
And I always like the one that basically says "Go away" on them, but you know, we
Which
always talked about
that one
Superphone.
does.
It does. Or you'll get taunted a second time. Like
Bing.
I want the doorbell to like taunt you when you try to ring it.
Mhm.
Then you see the mat after that.
Okay.
So now I need like the little ring bell so that way I could like taunt people
Okay.
and then tell them to go away. And if they don't, be like, look down. And then they just read it.
Here.
Damn.
What is the your father smells of
Oh,
something
gosh. Yeah, it's
something
been a
in
while.
elderberry and I don't know the full quote.
It's been a long time since I've watched it. I need to rewatch it though. One of my favorites.
It's one of those movies that I feel like has it's just a string of funny kind of things and so there's probably like 4 or 5 little sections of it that I think are hilarious.
Yeah.
And then there's other portions where I'm just like nah. Like
Yeah.
I'll skip scenes when I go back to rewatch it.
And a lot of the Monty Python stuff is like that. It's like
Yeah.
hit or miss. Like the silly walk is cute, but
Yeah,
then you got
it's
other stuff
sketch
that's
comedy.
like, yeah, and then you got other stuff that's like, so. And then mine, being that Halloween is over,
It is.
and I am sad because of COVID, it ruined it even more.
Womp womp.
But I'm going to get one last gift in before all of this is over.
Okay.
And it is right here. And it is the Joker coming out of the ground. So if you read Batman the last about 3-4 years ago, or even watched Gotham, where Joker lost his face, essentially Joker got his face peeled off because
That's
he's
fun.
crazy, and pins it back up later when he gets his face back. He pins it up with like staples and stuff. And it's that version of our Joker who we see with Joe as the name tag when he's antagonizing the Bat family in Death of the Family, where he's trying to kill all of them and essentially like expose that he knows everybody. He knows who everyone is. So he's coming out of the ground with a little knife, that smile on his face, and you can just put him right there in your front yard. I love it. I think it's
a
really cool.
perfect Christmas decoration, in my opinion.
I mean, cool. If you approve of it, then Die Hard's a Christmas movie, and we're putting Joker right up there with Christmas.
Die Hard is definitely a Christmas movie.
Oh my gosh. So, guys, definitely check those out. The links are below in the description on YouTube here as well as on Facebook.
Woo-hoo.
So go check all that stuff out. Remember, we're not sponsored by any of these. We just try to give you an idea of something that maybe you've never seen before. You know, I had never seen that Joker coming out of the ground for Halloween, and I kind of missed it for Halloween. But maybe I'll buy it for next year because,
There you go.
again, I love Joker. Maybe I'll do like a whole little Joker Halloween thing. That'd be real fun. But yeah, guys, definitely check that stuff out. Not sponsored, nothing like that. So check out those links below. So we kind of zoomed through that. So I guess we'll go straight to our news part.
Yeah, well, before we get to that, I was going to say we should, check out our other shows on YouTube. So we are going to be reviewing Mandalorian week to week. So by the time you're seeing this, you should already see our episode review up
Should
on
be up
the
on
channel.
Mondays every week.
And so definitely check that out.
With spoilers in that
as we review the Mandalorian. And then we also have a Pixar retrospective review that we're doing right now. So we're going through and reviewing some old Pixar movies. Wally. Yeah, that's the one that we have coming out later this week. We've already done Bug's Life and Ratatouille. So Wally is next, and then we're going to be hitting some more movies. So stay tuned. All of that's available on our YouTube channel.
It is.
Official GYGO.
And of course, from all of October, we have our Get Your Ghost on. So all of those are up there. So we were at Comanche, or I was, I should say, Comanche Lookout Point, Victoria Black Swan Inn, Yorktown Memorial Hospital. We have interviews with Dr. Zarika from Monstrum, a PBS YouTube show. Mr. Ken Gerhardt, who is a cryptologist. And this week we'll actually have one last interview. We waited till after Halloween because it was not so much like paranormal, but he studies and looks for aliens. So that'll be coming out this week, sometime this week. I don't know exactly when. Of course, we also have had, and it'll be out this week as well, Star Wars Squadron. It's a video game where you get to fly around in either either on the Empire or the Rebellion's, I guess their fleets, the A-Wings, the X-Wings, the, was it the bombers, a Y-Wing, right? That bomber one. Then you have the TIE Fighters, the Interceptor, the bombers for them, and then I can't remember the other one. Right? A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. You have all those ships.
I mean, there are B wings as well.
Is there really?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the interceptor ones? The ones that like
Mm.
basically it's anti
That's
air
the one that
air.
looks like a bee.
Looks like a B. So Sesame Street's driving these things at this point. I'm
I
guessing.
mean, have you seen
Okay.
the X-wing or the Y-wing or the A-wing?
I mean, yeah.
They do all
They all
look
look
like
like
the letters.
That is true.
The rebellion was
TIE fighter
very.
is like a bow tie.
That is
the,
true.
The rebellion was really clever with their naming. Okay.
We were really sure with their
Um,
names.
Right. So those are all up, and on Halloween, our stream should be up on our Facebook page. We did do a Halloween stream of Phasmophobia, which is a horror video game. Go check that one out if you're into
Yeah.
the horror ones. Me and 2 other streamers were playing that one, so that's up there. About an hour's worth of gameplay for that.
Good times.
So hopefully there'll be more. So if you really enjoy Star Wars, you'll have the Mandalorian review as
Yeah.
well as the Star Wars video games.
Nice.
So those will be fun.
All right.
And on that note, so the news.
Yeah. So I mean, we should just start with the Mandalorian. We'll
start
talk
that? Okay.
just very quickly because again, we
And we're done.
do have a full episode where we review it. But the season premiere was this last Friday,
Halloween
and
Eve.
again, spoilers. The return of Boba Fett, maybe not officially
Yes.
confirmed. But
Yes.
I feel like it's pretty much a done deal. We saw a crate dragon. We saw Boba Fett's armor for sure on guest star Timothy Oliphant.
I'm glad you said his name.
They were flying around using their jetpacks.
So cool.
The return of the child. He didn't have much to do in this episode, but that's
He
all
chilled.
right.
He's good.
Notice that we saw a little bit more of the banthas.
Yep, we saw some banthas and sand people.
The docking
so-
girl's back. I
Yep.
don't know her name.
It was a very I thought it was a really great episode. The first one directed by Jon Favreau in the series, and I thought he did a fantastic job. And so we're not going to spend a ton of time on it here because again we have a full episode that we dedicated to it. But I thought it was really good.
I thought it was amazing. I mean, we've all said that I don't like the Star Wars universe that much. I haven't watched everything. Tired. I've said 100 million times, I think, and I'll say it again. Tired of the Skywalker, so I love this one, and I think this one fits that spaghetti western sci-fi, which I'm a huge fan of Firefly, and that fits right in that same little niche right now.
Sure.
And I'm loving it. I'm just loving everything about it. So again, if you're not a big Star Wars fan, I still recommend checking it out.
Yeah, I
even
think
if
it's a
you're a
good show.
casual fan. Like I think casual fans like me get a big kick out of it, especially when we talk to people like you who like, oh yeah, this guy's here's all the lore, which you should go watch in that video, and then you'll see like how everything's tied together. And I love that kind of stuff. Love hearing like, oh, and it makes me interested almost to want to go.
Sure.
Like I want to watch Rebels, Clone Wars. I want to watch all of that now. Like, okay, that's not so much Skywalker-y. Okay, cool. Let me go check it out.
Yeah.
So I recommend it. The other thing though, I want to say on Mando, we also are going to get some amazing directors because you already said we got Jon Favreau, who's directed Iron Man.
Yep.
We will also have Kevin Smith coming out, who's a huge comic book fan, first of all, and
Yep.
a big Star Wars geek. And we're also going to have Robert Rodriguez as another director. And I know we're getting a lot of directors from season 1 coming back.
Yeah, I think
Those are the 3 I knew. Those are all 3 directors I knew.
well, I know Deborah Chow, I think, is not doing any episodes on Mandalorian, but she's going to be the new showrunner for the Kenobi series.
Ooh,
So she did
there
a
you go.
couple episodes in the first season, and she's now going to be taking that over. I think Dave Filoni, I think, is going to get a couple more episodes this season. He did episodes, and he's been in Star Wars for 20 years. I mean, he
Oh,
was
wow.
he was responsible for a lot of the stuff in the Clone Wars series, and he's kind of been driving a lot of their animation stuff for a long time. And so
We're going to have a powerhouse. People
yeah,
coming
and I don't know if Bryce Dallas Howard came back or not. Hers was my least favorite episode. That's the one that was like where they were in the village, fighting against like
the walking thing.
yeah, the ATST. And so I'm not super sad that we won't have her back. And then I think Rick, I'm going to mess his name up. It's like Rick Fumiyama or Fumiyawa, something like that.
I mean, don't ask me. I don't.
He had a couple episodes in that first season, and I don't know if he's coming back. The one I know for sure is Taika Waititi. And
That's Guardians, right, director?
Yeah, that's James Gunn. Taika Waititi did Thor Ragnarok.
Thor Ragnarok, okay.
And then he was the voice of IG-11 and also directed the finale of last season.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Korg.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, we got a powerhouse team of people still.
Yeah,
hopefully.
there's still a lot
I
of
mean,
really good creators.
To me,
on
when
this
you got
show.
John Favreau, Robert Rodriguez, and Kevin Smith, I mean, you got geeks in this finally.
For
Like
sure.
Robert Rodriguez is a geek too.
Yep.
I mean, just look at Desperado. Look at some of the stuff he's done too. He's done some good movies. Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
When you see what he does.
I'm curious on how it's gonna look with
Yeah.
him and Kevin Smith never misses to me with when it comes to like superhero stuff, except Ben Affleck, because you did recommend him to play Daredevil. Still mad at you for that one. We've got Charlie Cox later, but yeah. So we got some powerhouse people. Why
Yep.
why you look at me like that, Kevin Smith?
I was just trying not to chime in. That's all.
You don't like Daredevil?
I mean, I think Ben Affleck is on the list of things wrong with the Daredevil movie. Ben Affleck is not on the first page.
Oh.
I think there's a lot of things wrong with that movie.
That's true. One day we'll talk about that.
Most of them, it's large print Jennifer Garner.
Oh.
And I like Jennifer Garner, but
Yeah.
oh, she was terrible in that movie.
Yeah. So.
And I hated her storyline too.
Oh God.
Evanescence is another line on that piece of paper. Why is
12
that?
Stones right behind that.
Why is that in that movie?
So yeah, so definitely check that out, guys. Go
Yeah.
check out the Mandalorian season 2, episode 1 review on
Yep.
our channel as
Yeah.
well. So the other news, of course, Sean Connery has passed away.
Yep,
90 years old. The original James Bond,
it was.
original man to say shaken, not stirred for his martini,
It's true.
which is interesting because they're never shaken, but
Well, they're
or
they're
never stirred, right?
Yeah, they're the standard way of having them made is shaken, and
Yeah.
so it's weird to specifically say that. It's like it's almost like you're saying you don't trust that the bartender knows how to make a martini.
So James Bond is just insulting bartenders left and right.
Kind
Got it.
of. James Bond kind of insults everyone.
He really does.
Sean Connery, I mean, you know him. I mean, he was Highlander. He was Indiana Jones's father. He was in
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
correct in that terrible
The
movie.
Rock, that movie, The Rock.
Yeah, well, and which The Rock is a great movie.
Oh, solid movie.
One of my favorite stories about Sean Connery is that he was offered the role of Gandalf
Yes,
and turned it down because at least from the story that I've heard is because he didn't understand the script,
Yeah.
and so he turned it down. He decided not to take it, and then those movies became a huge hit, and so then the story then is that's why he agreed to be in League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, because that was the next script that he got that he didn't understand. And so he decided, oh, I guess I should take it. And then he retired because that movie's terrible. So League of Extraordinary Gentlemen broke Sean Connery.
I believe that. I know he turned it down because he didn't understand it. He never read the books. I don't think he said either.
Yep.
And another role, which I didn't find out till after he died, that he turned down was The Matrix. The
Yep.
Oracle, I believe? Or
No, he
Morpheus?
was Morpheus, I
Morpheus?
think,
Or
is
that
what they offered him.
So he turned that
Yeah.
down, and I was like, man, like when you look at a lot of stuff he turned down, he didn't miss a lot of big roles because I mean, come on, James Bond, and like
Sure.
you said, all the other stuff he's been in. It's just
Yeah.
like, yeah, you miss sometimes, but you just gotta take those misses
Yeah.
sometimes.
So, our condolences out to his family, obviously. I think that he hadn't been acting in a long time, 90 years old, a pretty good run.
Yeah.
So,
So he will be missed, definitely.
Sure.
He will miss you. So I guess the other big news that I want to talk about now,
Okay.
The Last Ronin. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Last Ronin.
Teenage adult, what is it? Adult Mutant Ninja Turtles now?
Oh, God.
I mean, he's
At
definitely
this point,
not a
he's an adult.
teenager.
He's an adult in this comic book. So a little backstory for those who don't know TMNT. Basically, it's 4 turtles who were mutated by ooze, who were raised by Master Splinter. Now,
Named
depending-
after painters.
named after famous painters. Their master, who is a rat, depending on which story arc you read, I want to point out, is either Omato Yoshi, who gets turned into a rat by the same mutagen, or he was a rat that was mutated into what he, mutated rat that can walk and eventually learns karate that way too. But
Right.
depending on which story arc you read, he's still their master. He's still their father figure.
Yep. They
So-
call him father.
Yeah.
They don't call him master, they call him father.
Yeah, it's like whenever they get
Yeah.
punished, though, they call him master. And it's like, oh yeah, yes, Master Road.
Right. Yeah.
So basically they fight crime. They live in the sewers of New York, and they're very family oriented. Obviously, like
Yeah.
you said,
And
fathers,
again,
brothers.
Okay, so I guess we should just if we're giving a rundown of what the turtles are. So there's 4 of them. There's, the leader, Leonardo. there's the hothead Raphael. There's the geeky Donatello.
Yep, or techie.
Techie, geeky Donatello.
Yeah.
And then there's the fun-loving Michelangelo,
Michelangelo, yep.
known as Mikey. Yep. And so those are, you've got the oldest is Leonardo. He's the one that's the responsible one. He's, the serious one.
The youngest is always Mikey.
Yep.
And Raph and Donnie switch depending who you talk to. There's who's next born.
Yeah.
Some say it's Raph because that's why he has the anger issue because he's like, oh, I should be the firstborn. Like I should have been first. And then it's other ways. It's like Donnie is the next one because he's so mature, I guess you could say, because he is more techie.
I've always thought.
So.
I guess I always thought it was Raph. I always thought he was second oldest, but
they flip it.
I don't know that it really matters.
No, I mean it's just
so.
like,
There's your primer on who the turtles are.
Yeah.
They are ninjas and they fight other ninjas.
That
basically
pretty much sums it up, and they go to space sometimes.
Sometimes.
So in this one though, it is years later.
Yep.
And spoiler alerts from this point forward, guys.
It's a little bit of post-apocalyptic kind of thing.
Post-apocalyptic. Manhattan Island is now run by the Foot Clan, who is the evil ones they fight.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one turtle left. All three of them have died at
Correct.
this point. And even Master Splinter is dead. So it's this one turtle trying to infiltrate Manhattan Island where the Foot Clan have basically put their stronghold. This is where they live. They run the show.
He's on a revenge mission. He's out
suicide revenge mission.
Right. He's out to avenge his brothers and his father, their death, and he is expecting to die.
Yes.
On this mission, but he's gonna take out the leader of the Foot Clan.
Yes, who
on
is
his way.
Karai's son.
Right, the grandson of
Shredder.
Of Shredder,
Yep.
who, again, if you know anything about the Turtles,
Is the villain.
He's kind of the main villain that they faced.
So, he goes in there, he's going to fight. And the reason this is such a big deal, guys, is this story arc has been about 30 years in the making from Kevin Eastman and Paul. I'm not going to try to pronounce his name because I'm going to mispronounce it. So I apologize on that. I'll put his name right here. But Paul and Kevin basically team up after they haven't worked together in years on comic books. They got back together. This story arc was written about 30 years ago or so. They pitched the idea, but people said it was too dark to write. So they brought it out because now everybody's dead. And who is the last Ronin? But Michelangelo.
Yep.
Michelangelo is the last living turtle. So
the fun-loving Michelangelo. Now he has to be the serious one.
The serious one on that, like you said, revenge mission. So I know you don't read a lot of comics. What do you think of this one first? I want to start with your opinion.
So I mean, I think it's a good starting point. It the world is built well. You understand what's going on. You can see he's clearly traumatized by the death of his family. He's again, spoilers. He's kind of talking to them, and like you. Several times throughout, he'll say something that he's thinking it in his head. I don't think it's necessarily that he's talking out loud, but he's maybe he even is talking out loud, and he's hearing them respond to him like he's still carrying on conversations with them.
Yeah.
It's not that he's in denial that they're dead. He clearly knows they're dead, but he carries them with him. That's even, I think, the first thing that they say is he says, I'm going. Yeah. And, it's like, well, wherever you go, we go. And he goes, I know. And so it's like clearly he's carrying them with him. We haven't really, gotten a lot of how it happened, how they died. I'm assuming he's going to feel some major guilt for being the last one alive. Even at the end of this, again, spoiler alert. So if you have not read it, please
Stop.
don't listen.
Should have been listening already.
But he tries to commit seppuku. So the art of basically killing yourself.
An honorable suicide.
Correct.
Call it.
And so clearly he wants to go and be among his brothers again, and among his family again.
And there are some Easter eggs. We hear Jones, who was a girl this time, which we have to assume at this point is either a daughter or granddaughter of Casey Jones, one of the original Turtles allies.
I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, because they say Jones, someone's stealing your bike.
Okay.
So that's what I'm.
So that's
thinking.
the one that okay. Yeah.
And then, of course, at the very end, we see an
April
older
O'Neil.
April O'Neil, which, again, maybe like 50s, 60s or so. She looks older.
Sure.
And she's the one who actually tells us it's Michelangelo, because you never see his colors because he's wearing all black. And I do like that, obviously he hasn't seen her in a while. and I like that she could still know which turtle is which just by a quick look.
Yeah.
Where the average reader, we can't do that. But April spent so many years with these turtles. She knows their mannerisms. She knows what they look like. Like
They're different colors.
they're different. Yeah, the different skin colors, the little freckle that each one. She knows all of this by this point.
Yep.
So I do like that we
That's
have
cool.
April, we have Jones, we have Karai is in there. Karai seems to be in like a stasis lock. Her son is now in charge of the Foot Clan. So like
Yep.
you said, this world is set up perfectly in the first issue.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm assuming the next 2 to 3 issues is going to be Mikey explaining what happened.
Yeah, I think we're gonna
And
get a lot of
then-
backstory as he's telling April where he's been and what's happened. Yeah.
Exactly. And then probably like issue 4 and 5, that's when we're going to start seeing the rise of Mikey and probably trying to either die killing the grandson or kill him, and who knows from there.
Yep.
So I'm excited to read the storyline. Definitely check it out. Something, the side note that we found out here at Get Your Geek On, there is a shortage of the comics. We spoke to a couple comic shops. They actually told us that they didn't get all of the prints because the publisher didn't print the whole amount they were supposed to, apparently.
Oh, wow.
They didn't print them all.
There's like 80 different covers.
I mean, quantity versus quality,
I don't
versus
know.
quantity. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, like, I was telling Frank off camera, the one comic shop I know and I'd like to go to, they ordered either 80, 85 copies, but they only got enough just to fill their pre-orders. And that was
Wow.
it. So they ran out literally when they got them because they only had enough for pre-orders. They even said that they didn't get extra issues for like damaged comics because they're like, when you ship them, some get damaged on shipping, so they send like extras. They didn't even get that.
Wow.
So some people were upset that some of the issues were damaged, and it's like, oh well, that bites because
Damn COVID.
too bad you can't do anything about it. And I don't even know if it's COVID because they delayed this comic for 2 months, so you knew people were excited for this. People were talking about this. Another comic book store, when I went and picked up my copy of it, they went in. They only had like 10 copies left, and it was only like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. So they were sold out. When I called them today, I was like, "Hey, do you happen to have a copy?" They're like, "Nope." And the next printing of it, so the second printing, won't be available till December. We were told.
Wow.
So hopefully you got the first one. If not, go read it online. I would say now that we know that there's a shortage essentially, we probably should either ask them to put it on hold for you, pre-order it, whatever you got to do to make sure you can get your copies, the first printed copies. I mean, if you don't mind second prints, third prints, whatever, then
I'm
wait.
still Aaron because I'm a supervillain.
Yeah, there goes
Nice.
that copy.
See how that works?
I'm gonna stop you because I'm a superhero.
You can try.
See,
I can be your hero, baby.
And we just got copyright strike.
No, we didn't.
So
We
definitely
get like
check it.
20 seconds on that stuff. We don't get. It's not like 4
Go look
seconds.
at the last video. So yeah, guys, definitely check out The Last Road and TMNT by Kevin and Paul. I mean, that's what else was there news wise?
Yeah, I mean, there's been. Yeah, I think the last news item was there was some more information has come out about what went down with Ray Fisher and on the set
Joss
of
Whedon.
Justice League. He's, I guess, there's been some accusations that they, were changing some of the film and editing to change the skin tone of an actor or actress because, quote unquote, Joss Whedon didn't like it. So that sounds terrible.
That sounds really racist. I'm sorry. I'll just say it.
And he kind of issued a denial. Then he kind of said like, well, that didn't happen, but there's a lot of people that work on these movies, and sometimes when you're in post and you're trying to put things together, and I shot on digital and Zach shot on regular film, and like it was like this whole long explanation when all you would have to say if it wasn't true is that's not true.
Yeah.
So again, there's just a lot of weird stuff that keeps coming out, and the more stuff that comes out, the more it seems like there was definitely some bad and potentially abusive behavior going on the set of Justice League. So
yeah. And I'm sure it's going to come out more and more, especially with the Snyder cut coming out. When next couple of months, right? Or
no,
next
I don't think
next
that's
year?
coming out till next year because
Oh,
they're
okay.
just like doing some reshoots and stuff now. So
Yeah. So no one
obviously
knows.
there's interest in it. So
nobody
I don't know.
knows. So I don't know how much time we got left. So I'm
why
gonna.
are they making it a big deal? Because they wanted to change skin tone.
Because it was basically Ray Fisher. I think they were saying they were trying to
No,
change his
not
skin
necessarily even him,
Oh.
but a person of color.
tone? Oh, okay.
His,
Like
what they were
whitewashing,
saying.
I guess, at that point.
What color were they?
I don't know.
I don't know. Ray.
Like, I mean, if they were blue, like Yondo, and like
No, because there weren't any characters like that in Justice League, anyways. I mean, other than like Steppenwolf.
Yeah, I was gonna say only
So
him.
didn't have pigment was what Steppenwolf.
Yeah, that's it. Because
So.
yeah, he was only CGI'd, right? Everyone else
Everyone
else was real. I don't know, but yeah, I mean that's color correction, but that's a different. That's not.
Yeah, it just
Yeah, I
it
don't know.
sounds icky.
Yeah,
that's
it
the word
does.
I'll use.
So, that's about what we got for news. Because again, we're on a little time crunch right now. But
I
just
think that
wanna
was it, anyways. We got through our stories.
do one quick cereals of soup.
Okay.
Halo,
Uh-huh.
UNSC characters,
Yep.
the war as the units, the ground and the armada, the ships, everything could take on the Empire and win. And that's all I'm gonna say.
I
he
don't
doesn't know
know.
Halo
I don't
enough.
know enough about Halo, and as the Star Wars fan, the Empire gets beaten all the time by
So I guess not very
scrappy rebels with like taped together blasters and ships and droids that are on their last
With
legs.
sports
and-
taped onto a stick. And
yeah, I mean, so it's like I don't. That doesn't sound very impressive. Is all I'm saying.
I mean, yeah, because we got Spartans with Mjolnir armor, which is really strong armor with shields that can block bullets and stuff. So I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Do
Squad of them.
they have anything that can blow up a planet?
yeah, we got Matt cannons.
All right. Well, there you go.
I mean, plus if technically, depending on what time we say that the UNSC is around, they've teamed up with the Covenant at one point, and Covenant glasses planets. They destroy them. So they have the
I think they just need to
technology.
get better generals.
I mean, we have what they call Mac cannons, which is basically like this kind of like launching huge nukes at like light speed, essentially. Think
Sure.
of it, and it could just blow up anything. Pretty
Yeah, I
much.
mean, we've seen the Empire. I mean, I guess technically, if we're talking Star Wars, the First Order has more firepower than the Empire, because like Starkiller Base, they were able to destroy multiple planets all at once.
See, that would slow them down probably.
They had in the most recent Star Wars movie, they had Star Destroyers that had that same technology, so they were a lot more mobile. There were a lot more of them that could destroy planets. It wasn't just like one giant, space, battle station. But again,
I think
all of those things were defeated and blown up by the rebellion or the
Yeah.
resistance in the new one. So it's like, I
think
don't know.
I think they could have the space, maybe the space part of it, but I think when it comes down to the ground warfare, Halo's gonna have it because once you send in a group of Spartans, what is a stormtrooper gonna do?
Yeah, I mean,
the
if
Spartans are gonna take them out.
again, if you look at the history of Star Wars, you look at, like the Clone Wars. The clones were very effective soldiers,
Yeah,
but they were also mostly fighting ineffectual droids.
Yeah.
And they were fighting alongside Jedi, and they still didn't always win.
yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, I
that's-
don't know that much about Halo, but I don't think
That would
that's
be
crazy.
I think the Force would be the only thing that if the Empire, like if we do it when they're with the Jedi's or with even with Vader, that'd be the only chance they have, maybe. But again, how many troopers can Vader hold off by himself before he gets overwhelmed?
All
know.
of them.
All of them?
I mean,
Everybody.
I mean, he basically he smack talks the Death Star. He's like, the power is insignificant compared to the,
He was also floating around in space after the first movie for a while.
but he survived
He also lost 3 limbs and got set on fire.
and survived.
I mean, this is all true still. That's what I think the Force
But-
users.
But he took off his mask and he died. Wear your mask.
On that note, guys, let me know who you think would win. Would the UNSC be able to hold its own against the Empire? I think yes. I think they could even beat the Empire. Like Robert said, they've lost because of little like Munchkins, fluffy Furby things beat them. So
What?
whatever.
Are you talking about the Ewoks?
Yeah, Furbies. We'll call them Furbies.
I mean, the Ewoks are vicious people. Okay. Have you
Man, shit
seen?
could, like football kick them?
Have you seen when they're like at the end of that movie, they're literally playing the drums on stormtroopers' helmets? It's like, that they killed those guys, took their helmets off, and they're like, they're bloodthirsty, man.
I mean, are you sure their head's not in it?
It might still be. I don't know. I mean, it had a hollow sound to it because
That's
they're
true.
playing the drums. But
I mean, bones can sound hollow.
I'm just saying.
So, I mean, that's what I'm saying though. Like, I think,
Where'd the
I
rest of
really
the body
think.
go,
I mean, because you also got to look at it this way. In the books, less than 300 Spartans took out an entire army of Covenant forces. an entire army. These guys are like shielded. They're huge. They're 7 feet tall. Guns, lasers, grenades. Everything. 300 took an army out.
Sure.
And so it's like there's a whole army lost to just 300 Spartans.
Yeah, I saw that.
So
That's
Not
literally
those
what I was thinking
Spartans.
about too.
not those Spartans.
This is Sparta.
Not those Spartans. But yeah, guys, let me know, who do you think? Empire or UNSC? Let us know in the comments below. We're going to end it here, guys, because we need to, because of time restraints. But guys, let us know what you think below. Give us comments for Would You Rather. Let us know if there's anything you think that would look cool for Take My Money, so me and Robert can put that in there and talk about it here. Go check out all of our other videos. Go check out The Mandalorian season 2 episode 1 review and our Pixar reviews and everything else, guys. And on that note, stay geeky, guys, and get your geek on.
Bye.